What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? I got a special presentation for you today. I'm cracking open a Dr. Thunder. Oh! Jeez. Ah. Why is this? I'm choking on Dr. Thunder. What the fuck? This is what I got for you guys today. We're gonna be looking at this starter deck 10. I've been to a couple tournaments since this has been released, and people have been playing with the new captains. You can choose between Luffy, Law, or Kid. Was trying not to look at what was in the set before I opened it myself to be, give my genuine reactions. This starter deck definitely has some value. It definitely... Oh, Jesus. Pardon. I only started playing once the starter deck 8 and 9 came out. Those are actually the first One Piece products I ever bought. So I can't say for sure what's the best starter deck of all time. The best one since I've been playing One Piece, for sure. For one, I know that all the cards in this are hollow, even the Dawn, which is insane. I haven't seen any hollow Dawn yet like that. Okay, we have this sheet. No one really gives a fuck about that. You get a cool deck box, just like the gift collection. Pretty sturdy for the price. So, starting off, we got Law. The leader that caught my eye out of the three that you could use was the Law. Let's take a look at this Dawn first. Wow. That is sick. I have a full alternate art Dawn playset that I use, but this is definitely going to be a secondary backup 10 Dawn that I can use. I feel like this is the most playable, and probably wins could have the best win percentage. Activate main once per turn. You -3 Dawn from your field. Place one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less at the bottom of the owner's deck, and play one character with the cost of 4 or less from your hand. So, don't let the -3 Dawn fool you. They use other cards that, decrease the the power of your characters. They can just bottom deck them. I used my purple-yellow Croc deck today from OPO4, and in 2 separate games, I got my Croc bottom decked because they used the round table minus Croc's power from 9,000 to -1 technically with the round table, and then they just bottom decked the Croc with this card. And you can't do anything, you can't counter effects like that. There's literally no way that you can prevent your cards from being bottom decked. This Luffy, now don't let the 3 life fool you. Him having 6,000 power, it evens out. It probably makes him a 4 life leader. So the 6,000 power is relevant. Activate main once per turn. If you have 0 Dawn on your field or 8 or more Dawn on your field, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. But if you have 8 or more Dawn, you can add a Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So it's ramp for the late game to allow you to play your big boys faster. So that's pretty cool. And this is, I think I've heard, the hardest leader to make a deck out of. Your turn, if you have 4 more life cards, give this leader -1,000 power. So he's a 4,000 power until he loses 2 life at least. So he used to be at 3 life before he becomes 5,000. And then when he attacks, you minus a Dawn, and he gains 2,000 power during this turn. He's going to be a 6,000 until you have 3 or less life, and then he'll turn into a 7,000 character. So actually, now that I'm looking at this closer, this isn't too bad. I mean, you have to minus the Dawn, but it's purple. He's purple-red, so he's going to be able to get the Dawn back. This is interesting. I might want to use this underdog character I am very glad that they're giving purple some attention, some love, because purple is my favorite character. I mean, purple is my favorite color to use, I'd say. So let's look at this Luffy. This is one of the cards I saw somebody play. So he has Rush. He's a 10 cost 11,000 with Rush, which is insane by itself. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a blocker, you can knock out up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. 8,000 power or less is crazy. That is bananas. It's bonkers. You get 2 of those. This card is a 4 cost 5,000 with counter. He's a blocker and on play minus a Don. If your opponent has 7 more cards in their hand, trash 2 of their cards. This card just has so many things going for it. It's relatively cheap. You can play it on turn 2. That was another reason why it was so good against me playing Rebecca, because I had used her ability. I was searching with other cards, so I had a fair amount of cards in my hand, and then he plays this, and it has counter. So no matter what, this card does something in your hand. It's just so good. It's just so good. Then we got Captain Kidd. 7 cost, 8,000 power. I have not seen this one yet. On play and when attacking, minus a Don. Up to one of your leader gains 1,000 power until the start of your next turn. Okay, so this effect lasts for the entire turn. That is really good. It instantly makes your leader a 6,000 or a 7,000 if you're using Luffy. You're going to have to counter that. Reprinted Rush Zoro. So the Rush Zoro is reprinted in this set, in this starter deck, which is awesome. Because who doesn't like Rush Zoro for 3 5,000 power rush? It's a red deck staple for sure. So I'm glad. Oh my god. It comes with a playset? Are you serious? That is awesome. And the fact that every card in this deck is hollow. Man. Are you shitting me? This is crazy. Bandai, you're doing something good. Whoever is controlling Bandai right now, besides whoever made the ban list, you upset quite a bit of people, but I understand. So now here we have the banned Nami for a month, and we get a playset of Namis. This is crazy. This is insane. I can really build some good red decks now. Let's see. Sanji. On play, if your opponent has a character with 5,000 power, this character gains Rush during this turn. It's weird. I thought it was spelled with an M. Don 1, when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. And he's a 2,000 power counter. This is really good. Because this is really good in the Law deck because he is minusing people's power. He could also go good in a Garp deck, a black-red Garp deck. We got Killer. Your turn, once per turn, when a Don card on your field is returned to your Don deck, knock out up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 3 or less. Okay. And you can do that every turn. Not bad. So you can just kill a bunch of their low-cost blockers. Or if you're playing a black-purple deck, which, as far as I know, Zephyr is the only one, you can just decrease the cost of a guy and then kill a big dude. Shachi and Penguin. On play, if you have 3 or less Don cards on your field, add up to 2 Don cards from your Don deck and rest them. So this just makes Law's effect and every other minus Don effect even better, because you could just play this card afterwards and not give a shit that you just took a bunch of your Don away. We got Jean Bart. On play, pay 1, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck, and set it as active. This card, it is good for the 1,000 counter. I'd say it's not as crazy as the other ones. Basically, you're paying 5 to add a Don card from your deck and set it as active. I guess not, because you're only paying 4, because you're paying that, then you're getting 1 back. I mean, he does nothing if you have all 10 of your Don out, which you might never have Altenir Don because you keep minusing it, so not bad. We got Heat. Is that his name? Because I saw him breathe fire, but I didn't know that was just literally his name was Heat. Your turn, once per turn, when a Don card on your field is returned to your Don deck, this character gains 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. So he just becomes a 6,000 power whenever you minus a Don for the rest of the turn. And he only costs 3 Don. And he's a common? Okay, that's kind of crazy to me. That kind of blows my mind. The Gene Bar, I can see, but then we got Beppo. On play and when he attacks, if your opponent has more Don cards on your field than you, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. Also, very good. We got Wire. He's a blocker, a 3-cost, 3,000 blocker. Okay, already loving it. Once per turn, when a Don card on your field is returned to your Don deck, draw 1 card and trash 1. It's basically like Croc's ability, you're cycling. Although this doesn't itself have that effect that you can do it on the card itself. Well, that's cool. We love card draw. Okay, and then we got some events, which there aren't too many events in this deck. It's literally, that was all characters. Gum Gum Giant Sumo Slap. 1 cast counter. Up to 1 of your leader or characters gain 2,000 power during this battle, and then KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 2,000 power or less. Very nice. Oh, no. Okay, so we got more events. Looks like they're all red events. Gum Gum Kong Gatling. Up to 1 of your opponent's characters, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters is 7,000 power or less. And then if it triggers up to 1 of your leader, gain 1,000 power into the end of your turn, which is good. I just had my eyes open today about things that increase the power until the end of turn, and I just didn't pay attention to that. And we got 2 purple events. Punk Vice. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, and add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest it. Let me read that again. I was just reading blindly. I wasn't even paying attention to the words. Does anyone do that sometimes? So you rest the opponent's character with a cost of 2 or less, okay, and add up to 1 Don card of your Don deck and rest it. Okay. Cool. So ramp and you're resting. See, purple does have rest. So purple is like you're playing green, yellow, blue. It's a jack of all trades. I love purple. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you're new to the game especially, I highly suggest. It is about twice as much as I think MSRP is $35 maybe 30, 35, but even if it's $40 and it's twice the amount of a normal starter deck, I think it's definitely worth it. You're getting some great staples in here. You're getting a playset of Searcher Nami, which is going to come back in a month and be able to be utilized, and you're getting a full playset of Rush Soros. That in and of itself is worth it to me. Plus the new law, I highly recommend it. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.